Why does MAGA want to get rid of the Voting Rights Act? Very good reason, and I'm going to tell you why. Today, the Supreme Court heard arguments about the Voting Rights Act. Now, on surface level, this is about one state, congressional district lines being drawn in Louisiana and gerrymandering. But on the bigger stage, the reality is MAGA has been trying to get rid of the Voting Rights Act because that's what gives Black people the right to vote. You heard that correctly. If MAGA can undo the Voting Rights Act, Black people will lose the right to vote. This is all part and parcel with Project 2025. People don't believe me when I tell them this, so let's break it down, okay? The 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote. They didn't have the right to vote because they were not white land-owning men. The 13th Amendment ended slavery. The 14th Amendment gave due process, which has a substantive component and a procedural component, and long story short, it's kind of the catch-all kitchen sink in order to ensure that our due process rights are protected on the state level as well as on the federal level. Then there's portions of the Constitution that talk about how votes should be counted, and they talk about how apportionment should happen when you're talking about congressional representation, keeping in mind that Black people were not considered whole people, and so we were not given the same representation as white people in the Congress and the Senate. When it comes to voting, that's it. That's all there is in the Constitution. That's all that there is in the amendments. So how did Black people get the right to vote? It was the Civil Rights Movement. Prior to the Civil Rights Movement, Black people couldn't vote. It was the Voting Rights Act of 1964 that gave us the right to vote, and it was the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that ensured that that was done correctly. So if MAGA can get rid of the 1965 Voting Rights Act, then they're just one step away from getting rid of the 1964 Voting Rights Act, both of which have already been substantially hindered by previous rulings from the Supreme Court. And eventually they're going to get their way. So, as always, everything boils down to screw the Black people. Stay tuned for more foolishness.